All right, all right, all right, all right. Banter. And today, Greg actually has a banter question.
Okay.
Can you say you proud of me?
I'm proud of you, Greg.
Thank you. All right. So the banter question for today is, what throws for you? What throws a party off? Or let me rephrase it. What makes a bad party?
Music, bad food, the social setting, no one actually interacts with each other. Where like there's people, but they're only talking to
Would
their
you ever go to
people.
one of those parties where they wear headphones?
Yes.
No.
I want to go to a silent party. That's what they call it. They're called silent parties.
Silent party, yeah. No.
Yeah, I like that.
Like a setup.
No, I think that you know that you want to party on your own around people.
I understood what you said.
There's sometimes there doesn't have to be an actual conversation. Sometimes it's just the vibe.
Okay.
And I feel like there's a lot of people sometimes when they do go to parties, it's not really about the interaction that they have, it's the vibe that they feel when they're there.
I agree with that.
Like for me, I know that I'm a talkative person, so I'm always interacting with someone. But I think for other people, because I'm still interacting with you without talking to you. We both are listening to a song. Mm-hmm. We vibing to the song. Okay. Everybody's happy. We happy. I see the look. You see the look.
But I feel like at some point you're going to be like, don't you love this song? With your headphones on.
I wouldn't do that.
They're going to have to take the head. It's going to defeat the whole purpose of the party.
I don't think that. I don't know. I think I'm up for it. I always wanted to go to one so bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's only the music. It really is. It's just all about the music. If the music is whack, then you notice everything else is whack. It's like when you listen to a song. For me, if the beat is trash, I'm not even listening to the lyrics. The lyrics don't even get a chance. So
if the beat is good, even if the words are trash,
there's so many songs out there where the beat is fire. And you listen to the song strictly for the beat. Drake whole what's that damn album that he put out where he's singing all over the shit? That bullshit. Drake put out mad albums in the past 3 years. Y'all know which one I'm talking about.
Bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe.
No, that song is trash. I don't care how.
That
no.
That song makes me
But
happy.
it's working. It's working, and I get it.
It's the memes that is for me. That's really how I even like tapped into the song in itself. It's just the memes and like how it's just like and the Charlamagne and DJ Envy like that little thing. Yeah. That's how they got me. The song would have went over. I would have let it go. If you would have played it, maybe I would have heard it. If we went to a party and I would have heard it, that would have heard it. But I would have never played it on purpose.
You would never hear me play it on purpose.
But now that I've heard it like on the memes,
it
makes me happy.
It's the song that you want to hear for a minute. Like, and I mean, when I say a minute, like literally the duration of a minute. Then you can turn that shit off.
I like it.
Like,
it make me happy.
You know what he was doing? That is a TikTok song. You know
can I say that like I love SZA? Mm-hmm. I don't think I cared for her to be on this album, on that song though, like that. I hear it, obviously it's a song,
I can't
but
tell you the structure of that song. I literally can't. Like that shit is ass.
Oh, bend that ass over. To the let that coochie breathe.
Drake got a whole album.
Bend that ass.
Where he's singing
hands on your knees
over like good music, and I'm just sitting. I could sit to. It's the album I keep saying. If he take his vocals off and just put the instrumentals out, that's a platinum album.
That's the album with all with the pregnant girls on there.
No, that's the album after that. Is what I'm talking about.
Oh, I stopped listening to it once I saw him with the pregnant girls on there.
He got so many. That nigga got like 4 albums.
Oh, I appreciate that. I want him to do that.
I don't. It's just flooding the market at that point.
That's how you make sure that you're guaranteed money.
Drake is always guaranteed money though.
Now with this time,
it's like,
you can die very easily in this era right now.
That's fair.
So you have to flood the market or you will get lost. Like the same thing, Beyonce does it too. She understands that she watches the market. She sees what's fluctuating. She sees
Beyonce
what's
does
profitable.
not flood the market.
Listen to what I'm saying. She then comes in, and when she does come in, yes, she does. She goes from radio to albums to concerts to movies. You're flooding the whole market.
That's not what I mean by flooding the market. Drake has put out. Drake has put out 5 full albums in 3 years.
I'm not looking for him like you looking for him, so I don't know.
That's mad. Like, at what point? I don't know. I'm a huge rap fan. So at some point, like, you want to know that they've gone through something, or they got a like. What are you doing to put out 5 full
making
albums?
music? You making music.
And that's what all them songs start to sound the same. They sound dated or they sound trash.
And I respect that more than the people that we know that like have music and we know that they've made music before and they haven't released it. And I think that's what he's banking on all that.
I think there needs to be a case study into that.
I don't know. You checking for him? I wasn't looking.
No, it's not even him. I think like you can even take like Fetty Wap. Like Fetty had a run.
He had a song.
No, don't do that. Fetty had a run.
Okay,
what can y'all please get at her?
What are the songs?
Baby, won't you come my way? And then I actually started with Trap Queen. Mm-hmm. You go from Trap Queen to that to Hey Baby. The song. Then he did the song with Drake. The nigga had a run.
Yeah.
But everybody was like, you put out all those songs too quick, like back to back to back to back. Now you ain't got nothing, and you in jail.
Well, that's probably why. That's probably why.
He probably went to jail because he put out those songs.
No, he probably knew he had the opportunity to, or the potential to go to jail. And he wanted to just make sure that he had enough money to be okay.
You think so?
Well, he in jail now, so I guess it doesn't matter.
He in jail for, I think, trafficking. No drugs.
Traffic? Oh, I was like, Greg.
She said trafficking? Drugs? Oh, okay. It's just drugs. It's just drugs, y'all. It's just drugs. All right, we good?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm just saying that you have either underestimated the thought process of this woman.
You don't think I prepared?
This is too much.
This is every week, bro.
I'm ready.
The gist of this conversation is that I'm right and y'all wrong.
Gigi.
Wait. Remember, you got no headphones on, dog.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what is happening. I was like, I never heard it.
She said, oh shit, yo, welcome to Convo 146 of Just a Conversation with Greg and Gigi. I'm the person that talks first. And I am sitting here on the couch, joined by my sister.
Gigi. Oh, he brought it back since 1997.
How you doing, Gigi?
Hi, everyone. I'm okay. I mean, you seen this full in effect in 2024. You probably saw us last week, although it wasn't 2024. We wasn't technically there yet. But now we're here, and Greg don't like when I call him, so
sure.
That's where we are. So
that's not where we're at.
We're at a place where I just need to text him to communicate.
Bullshit.
And so
bullshit.
That's where we are.
Y'all, my comment was, you don't like the text? That was my comment. From that comment, she thought I don't want to talk to her on the phone at all.
Why wouldn't I think that?
That's how Gigi's mind works.
Why wouldn't I think that?
Because I wouldn't have thought that. Because I could answer the question too. Like, I could text you, but I'd rather call. Okay. And at that moment.
But you know me. I don't like to. I don't care to text if I could call you.
So it's okay for me to know you, but for you not to know me.
No, because you're an asshole when you talk to me.
How am I an asshole?
Because you just like, I'm like, hey, Greg.
So who's the real? So who's really in the fault here? You the one that talks to an asshole. That's what we on in 2024, y'all.
Yeah, we gotta change.
That's what we on right now.
You see the distance.
That's what we on.
This is where we're at, and I'm okay. And I think that it's slowly going to be more as we continue.
That's what we on in 2024, y'all.
He's being very funny towards me, and I don't like it.
I want my Cat Williams today.
You will never be.
No, never.
I'm planning on buying tickets. He's supposed to be in
Oh, he is about to go on a run.
That's why I need to like buy my tickets now.
He about to.
Yeah.
And as he should.
Yesterday's price.
It's not today's price.
And I'm so sad that like I had the tickets in my hand, and a phone call came, and I was just like, ugh. So I'm hoping that like after still, because even if I just buy 2 tickets or just buy a ticket for me, I still want to go. You going with me?
I will go.
It's in AC though. Okay. Yeah, but that's just a lot of fuckery, foolery, nonsense, other things. I feel like this is tire season. I just want to say that to everybody and like check your tires. This is that season where if you live on the East Coast or any coastal plains that have 4 seasons for the most part, that your tires are not the same. And this is when it's going to let you know that it's not and you need to replace them. So, no ad inserted, but just get that shit done because we don't want you slipping and sliding on the roads when it gets snowy.
Agreed. We care about your life a little bit.
I care about mine too. So as long as you're okay, I think that I'm going to be okay too. What about you, Greg? How are you?
I'm chilling. It's funny because I wrote this down earlier this week. It's like the house is on fire, but I'm very optimistic at the same time.
Yeah, I could see your face. You're like that thing where it's just like, it's okay.
But for real, that's where I'm at. It's like, nothing is terrible. Like, nothing around me is terrible. Like, it's life. It's just different stresses. But I don't know. I'm not letting those stresses stress me out. I think that's what it is. I just feel very, optimistic about the future.
I like that. Shout out to you, because I'm working on that. I feel like it's kind of trying to take over my life, and I don't like it.
Get out the seat, yo.
I don't like it. It's getting wet.
Get out the seat. I had a good conversation with somebody today when we was talking about...
on the phone?
No, I was in person.
Oh.
Nigga. And we was talking about how I don't think I'm the most compassionate person in the world.
You don't say.
And the way that I deal with like grief or sadness is very, I wouldn't say it's unique. It's that I don't stay there long, and I used the analogy of a chair, because I think like when you're going through something mentally, especially like depression and stuff, you're sitting in a chair, like you're stuck in a chair. But the thing is, it's a chair, you can get out of that chair. Yes,
but that's the idea that you know that you can. Like, I think that there's certain waves. I feel like grief, yes. I feel like, but depression is a sickness. Like, that's not a choice. People become in a place where it's a chemical imbalance in your mind that even if you wanted to be okay, you couldn't. So even if I get out of that chair, it doesn't change the depression setting that I'm in. Literally, I have to rebalance my whole way of life or mindset to actually get back to that individual that you think that you are. But I think for other things that you're saying, I agree with you. But I think that there's certain things, like depression is a mental illness. Like, that's not something that, yes, it's like a cut or a bruise or something that has happened to your body. Some things can heal on its own. But other things need treatment. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't think that you should think about it so lightly. Because if that was the
Why
case,
would I think? How you think? Why you think? I didn't think about. I'm not thinking about it lightly.
okay.
As somebody who's gone through mad shit and I've been depressed. I feel like I can. For me, depression is different for everybody.
That's exactly what I'm
So for
saying.
some people may feel like it isn't,
Like I
and
said,
that's
some people
cool.
think that this could be a
I'm
cut
not one of those people.
that'll be able to like heal on its own and you'll be fine.
I
And then
think
other people feel like they need stitches. Other people they might need surgery. Like
that's fair.
it's different levels of how they interpret that.
No, I 1,000% agree. I just think for me, for Greg, the way that like I've overcome depression is simply not even, yeah. I'm going to say for me, for Greg, it was simply it's a mindset change. It's like I can focus on what's making me sad and keep me down and keep me in that chair, or I can switch my focus to the things that I know is going to like feed positivity into my life, or that's going to make me want to get out that chair and not only get out that chair, but not go back to that chair either.
That sounds good. Shout out to you, Greg.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting conversation.
I think that was a great conversation in person.
In person, absolutely.
You ready to get into topics?
Topics.
Okay. You and me.
Want to rock paper scissors? Yo, I did not think you was gonna do it. Rock paper scissors shoot. You cheater! Well, you would have won.
I
So
didn't
that was
hear you.
dumb.
I didn't hear you.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. Damn it. Oh, who you want to go first?
You go first.
All right, cool. So my topic is: do you think you could love someone who doesn't love themselves?
Absolutely. I think people do it every day.
I agree.
I think that sometimes people know that they don't love themselves, and I think that there's times where people don't that know that they don't love themselves, but find people to love them so they can know or find confirmation in loving themselves.
All right.
Absolutely. I think that even for I'm thinking about the men that I've been in my life. I feel like the men that I've been around genuinely love themselves. Maybe a little too much.
No such thing.
I don't know. It depends on how you perceive it. But I can also see where there was a lack of love that they didn't understand or being able to receive that I was able to do that for. Now, did it help or did it make them greater? I don't know. Ask them. I don't talk to them anymore. However, I do see that there are women that will look for a man that may not be in the greatest space in his life and want to love them and want to help them. And sometimes I feel like men find themselves attracted to a woman, although may not have all their shit together, but feels like they don't need them to do that. They just need them to be there. So I can see that and realize that that same person has a lot of healing to do, and you just didn't take that into account because of what you wanted. What about you?
I was about to come in with I was about to be you, like yes and no. But no, you definitely can, and I think it happens more often than not. I echo everything you said. So to not stay there, can I advance it just a little bit?
Of course.
Do you think it's sustainable? Meaning, the person who is loving the love. Do you think the lover can sustain that level of love for someone who doesn't love themselves?
I think it depends on the individual because I think that those individuals as well, there are some who can't and realize that they want the same energy that they're giving. They want to receive it, but I think that they may have some healing themselves, but understood that in order for them to distract themselves from whatever it is, they can just love you more.
Okay.
And I've seen that too. I've seen that like you may have some things that you need to work on yourself. But because you're so into me and the fixings of me, that you're so grounded in the idea of fixing me that you never took the time to understand that you may have some fixing too. So now I'm perfect. You've built me up. I'm amazing. I'm great. Now I start seeing the flaws and the cracks in you.
Oh, I didn't even think about it that way.
No?
Because I was thinking more along the lines of like, I only thought about it from one side because my answer was no. It's not sustainable for the lover to continue to love on somebody who doesn't love himself. The person who's not loving themselves needs to learn how to love themselves eventually.
You're right, but if you're not paying attention to it initially, right? Mm-hmm. Like even the conversation I have, like sometimes you don't even pay attention to it because of how you're so into a person that I'm not even paying attention to how you're not even taking care of yourself or doing this self-care where you know that you are as amazing as I see you to be because I'm so locked into you. It's not until I take a step back and I start seeing you that I start questioning those things. But initially, I don't pay attention to that. So how would I know?
Are you the lovey?
But yes, I'm the lovey. If I don't see it initially, like I'm in love with you because it's not because there are some people who decide that like I want the bum on the street, like give me him. I want to fix him and I want him to be great. There are other people that come off. You give me the facade that you're good. You give me the facade that you're great. You give me the facade that you think about you, your self-care. And right now, I am just a option. I'm not a need. Yeah. And then you realize that in time that person ends up being, you become that person's need because they haven't been loving themselves correctly. Like, the person that they portrayed is not who they actually are. Does that make sense?
A little bit. Like, I'm following what you're saying. I think so if I put it to you this way, right? If the lover, right, is like from, I would say for me, right, I love hard, like I love super hard,
absolutely,
and my belief is that what I put out, you're like the love that I put out will be reciprocated, right? But it's also, I also just want I also want my person to understand, like, you are a special person. Like, I want you to start to love yourself the way that I love you.
Well, why do you find yourself attracted to that individual?
Other things.
That's what I'm saying, is that, like, you see things that they are not able to see in themselves.
No.
So they see the same things that you see. They just don't see the value in it?
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
It is. But it definitely is the same thing. You got me.
Okay.
The thing, like, I could be attracted to the fact that, like, you got your own, or, like, I don't know.
Is it really their own? Just kidding.
Or, like, I don't know. You could be. There's a number of things you could be attracted to physically. All those things, and you know that they're lacking in the self-confidence department, right?
You know that when you meet them.
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying, is that, like, you don't. That's the perception.
My thing is,
but once you recognize
it,
are you talking as a man or are you talking about as a woman too? Because
I'm talking about as a man.
Okay, because I'm just saying, like, I think
when you recognize it, then you start to pour in. It's like,
no, every man's not like that.
That's me.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You have to be specific because other men either take advantage of it. Some men say, "Oh no, I don't want to work on that," and other men decide to do your route. So,
like, I pour in because I want to be with someone who is as confident as I am.
But that's not what you're attracting.
Huh?
That's obviously not what you're attracting. If we're having this conversation.
No, because now I understand, like, when you did the reverse, not the reverse, but you looked at it from the other side, I didn't think about it that way. And that's good.
I'm screaming.
But my whole thing was, like, I would pour into my person so that they can start to see, like, oh yeah, I am that bitch. Like, yeah, I love myself.
But how would you feel about a woman that knows that already? Is there assumption that they know that already when you meet them? Because you're attracted to them. I would assume that would be the case.
No, it's not.
You're assuming that they already have low self-esteem.
No, I'm not.
So what is your?
Because I answered the first one thinking the second one was the first one. Sorry. Mm-hmm. No, I don't go in thinking anything, to be honest with you.
I don't think that you have to have, like, feel full of yourself to know that you are beautiful or you are intelligent or you have something that you understand that men or women or they find attractive. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying to you is that, have you ever thought about the idea of why you feel like you may be attracting these type of women, if you have?
I have never, no.
Okay. I feel like for the men, for me, I need them to be confident. I need them to know that it's hard for me to be around someone that questions who they are because I have so many questions on myself. I question everything. Like literally, if you, there's someone I was talking to that told me, it was like, yo, like I can tell you that the sky is blue and you say, is it? And I would be like, you sure it's not green? I am that individual because I don't take everything for face value. Granted, I will probably take your word than what I see because sometimes what I see it may not be how you really feel. So I try to take your word from what I see. So I just think about it differently. I just don't. If I'm going to be in a space where I need to be vulnerable or trusting, and you know that I'm indecisive, Greg. I'm indecisive as hell. I was watching a meme and they were just like, what we eating? And they're just like, what do you want to eat? And I was like,
You start to have anxiety.
Going like, and I was just like, that is me. And I don't want to have to deal with those things. Like, I like to be around someone that tells me that I can follow them to, I don't know, the abyss of nothingness. But because I trust them, I will do it. And it's hard for me to do that with just, any man in my life. But that is the goal. Like for me to actually, any man I feel like I was ever in a true relationship with or a relationship dynamic with, I trusted them in direction because I'm always the person that's like,
you want to be led.
no, I don't want to be led because I can lead too. I don't want to. Can I answer the question?
Any kind of statement that makes you look weak.
No, that's not true, Greg. I think anything that I've probably said probably makes me look super weak.
No.
What I'm trying to say is that I don't need a leader. I need a companion. I know that I can. My thing is that when I have a leader, that means that once he stops leading, who leads? And I'm a leader as well. I know that in my personality. So what I'm trying to say to you, Greg, and to sum it up so it makes sense for me, maybe not for you, is that no, I'm not just looking for a man that leads. I'm looking for someone that allows me to voice my opinions and lead when I want to, but also take initiative to lead when he wants to as well.
First off.
Okay. I'm listening, Greg.
First off, what do you mean? You can have somebody lead you and still feel like a leader or be a leader.
That's not always the truth.
Yes, that is. If your boss gives you an assignment and says this person is the leader of this assignment for this time, but you're all on the same level, when the assignment's over, you're no longer a leader?
No.
What?
I'm still a leader. I led something. I'm a leader.
But you also had to be led by somebody else.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about a relationship where there's only two people dynamic.
Even if it's a two-person dynamic, the fact that you let somebody else lead doesn't mean that you're not a leader.
I agree with you.
But you said I can't let somebody lead me because once he stopped leading, then I'm not a leader.
I feel that way. Okay. Let me clear that up. I think that there are certain women who need someone to lead them.
Okay.
Because without them, they wouldn't know where to go.
Yeah.
Feel that way sometimes with men too.
Okay.
What I'm saying for me is that I don't need someone to lead me to water. I already know what the water is, but maybe alternative sources and other ways to sustain our water, and I want you to be able to head that. That's where I'm at. So it's the idea of a dualship. It's not just about, I want to be submissive to my person. I want my man to be able to make the decision in our household. However, I do want my voice to be heard because I think that I'm a great leader as well. And so with or without you, shit will still run with or without water.
And that's what a great leader is.
Okay. Okay.
Your needs and wants are two different things, Joe. I don't think you need a leader.
I don't think I need a leader either.
But you can still want one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Second question. Well, not second question, but it's not even a question. It's more of like a thought. It's like for the person who don't love themselves, right? I imagine it gotta be mad difficult to allow somebody to love you.
No.
No? If you don't love yourself,
mm-hmm.
how could you let somebody else love you?
Because it's a.
That doesn't make sense to me.
It's a thought about perception, right? Mm-hmm. Because some people don't love themselves until someone loves them, and then they're able to now see their value.
They found value through the other person.
But because they need validation.
That's what validation.
Right. Uh-huh. And then you have the people who don't need you to see their value, but that's part of a healing process. But if I've never gone through the healing process and I just know that I want to be in a relationship, I can see that happening. Because at the end of the day, like, yes, this nigga was a shit, whatever, I'm just going to be in the... Because some people are prone to just be attached to someone. That's something that you've seen. You see serial relationship people where it's just like, you can't be single. You need to be with somebody.
True.
So knowing that, it's just like, it kind of puts you in a perspective of, even if I didn't love myself, but I know that if I'm with somebody, they're going to validate my feelings, which goes back to the one. It allows me to just be here. So I have to actually heal. I can see that. I can see how I can make you or want you to love me because I don't know how to love myself. And maybe with the right man, because I think that with certain dynamics, just because a man loves you doesn't mean that you get to this place where I'm like, oh, I'm so amazing. I think the right man will help you do that. I think there's different dynamics where there's exceptions to the rule where you don't have to be alone to always have to deserve love or be able to love yourself. Sometimes you get to learn how you love you because of how someone loves you.
For sure.
Because you didn't know how to love you at that moment. But you understand what feels good now. And I get that. But I also take into consideration that sometimes...
You got to be receptive to that though, right?
It's hard to be receptive if you don't know what it feels like. It's just like these memes that I was seeing. It's just like... You've been in toxic relationships for most of your life when it comes to relationships, and finally you find something that's healthy, that makes sense, and you don't know how to function. You don't know how to be okay. You don't know how to yell. You don't know how to not be an asshole. And it's
See, I think that's the second part to it. Like, for me, the initial part is like, how do you got to have some kind of chink in your armor for to allow somebody to love you? Because for me, if the reason why it doesn't make sense to me is because if you don't love yourself, that means that there's a wall up. There is a wall up of a whole bunch of stuff that's making you not able to get to like see why you should love who you are. And if I can't see that, like if that wall is that solid, how the hell am I gonna let somebody else break that wall down? There has to be a chink in the armor where somebody was able to get through.
Yeah. Because they started telling you things that you no longer believed in yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like, that person becomes your validation. That person ends up reminding you, like, no, like, you look good. Like, your body is great. Like, you have a nice smile. You're intelligent. You be like, oh. And like I said, for some women or for some, they be like, oh yeah. And other people be like, thank you so much. I didn't even know that you noticed. Like, they make it seem like it's the first time we're knowing that they've had it in them this whole time. Sometimes it's about trauma that like just think about like us growing up as kids, or even like, well, let's not do that because it's probably not the greatest, but let's even think about Ava. Like, yeah, she has nothing but a loving environment around her, right? No one is telling her what she can't do. Everybody was telling her what she can do, what she could be, and what she want to do, right? And then you run into somebody who has the same environment, but no one has ever told them what they could do, what they should be. They always told them what they couldn't do, what they're not going to be, and how they're not going to be anything.
The no beliefs.
And now these two individuals meet each other. They have a chemistry. They have a liking in each other. And we're older now. I'm giving you older Ava. I'm not even trying to. I don't want to do that to you. But now this person has never understood the idea of praise, the idea of compliments. Even when they were working, they found themselves, because of the energy that they were giving and the opportunities that were provided to them, they haven't found themselves yet in a position where they've actually found someone who's either being grateful or thankful or letting them know how great they are. That's not normal for them.
Got you. Uh-huh.
And now they meet Ava. And Ava has nothing but praise in her life. Yeah. Literally, God is on her side. She is happy no matter what. And they happen to find a bond in each other. And the way that they perceive things are different because of how their lives have been. That is has happened.
Absolutely.
Everybody's lifestyle or the way that they've grown up and how things have been perceived can definitely mold the idea of how I don't love me, but I can show you that I can love you first.
I just want to know how they do it, because I just don't get it. It's impressive to me.
It's not. It's actually pretty sad to me. It's sad to me because I realize that those same individuals that can show you all the love in the world, make you feel like you're so important, don't feel that way about themselves. That's what makes me sad, is that they don't even think about that idea.
No, yeah.
That's what makes me sad, because when we look at it and that part, I'm like, but you're so great. Like, the world would not be a great place without you being in it. Like, why don't you see that?
So would you tell me if you agree with this statement then? Did they have to decide to let somebody love them?
I think that's a process. I think that's just about like, not to be too crazy, but like it's like abuse, right? When something becomes consistent, becomes normal, where you don't no longer see it as a problem, you just see it as a way of life. Yeah. And so when you're in, yes, it becomes normalized. So it's different where it's not that I don't want it. I've just never received it to know how to receive it. How am I supposed to receive it? And I think in those conversations, like, I haven't. Well, I feel like I should be having these conversations with some people that I know that sometimes is learning how you want to be loved, and sometimes meeting individuals that love you despite helps you understand that, because you haven't experienced it.
Oh.
You don't know how that feels. You don't know the difference between what and what, because you've been having this consistent thing for so long that it seems so normal. So when something seemed right, you're like, does this make sense to me, because I'm used to this?
Yeah. That's a good thought.
No, I know, because I've even known people that have gone through it, and I've probably gone through it myself. Like, and sometimes people use it as a defense mechanism.
For sure.
If I love you so much, you're not even going to worry about me. You're going to think that I'm great, because I'll never tell you what's wrong. And I can be you early in the episode where I can be like, I'm smiling and my house is on fire. But because I'm so in the idea of you making you me making you happy allows me to be giving me a sense of happiness that everything else that was happening doesn't exist. Even though, like, the day that you stop making me happy, my life will probably fall apart. Yeah. That's what makes me sad, even more, because they're dependent on your validation, your love for them.
Did they ever truly learn to love themselves?
I think some people do, and I think some people.
No, I'm sorry, but in that situation, did they ever truly learn to love themselves? I would think that's a no. I'm
gonna say maybe, because in that situation, depending on the individual, right? Any individual could have been played in that situation. They could have took that and say, oh, like, this person likes this about me. I didn't know this is this about me, and I can explore that, and I can make that, like. You probably think that I'm funny and want me to be a comedian. I never thought I could be a comedian, and now I end up being a comedian. Or I can bank on all your thoughts, and once you decide those thoughts are no longer validated because you don't want me anymore, that's what makes me me, and now I don't have it, so I'm not me.
That person.
Yeah.
They didn't learn to love themselves.
Absolutely not. No, they didn't. They predicate on other individuals to validate their feelings about themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's the,
because I know the reverse side can happen too.
Yeah,
for sure. Okay.
I think that was a good conversation.
I must say, I think it's the couch.
I'm screaming. I never did anything on this couch. I was thinking about it. I was like, I never did anything on this couch. Just me. My topic, are you, what? Because you probably did, because you're nasty.
What are you talking about?
Because you laughed at me like that. All right, so my topic is ghosting. Have you been ghosted? How do you feel about ghosting? Have you been a ghoster? Have you been ghosted? How do you feel about it?
Can we classify what ghosting is?
Yes, I'm here. And if I could, like, run away and, like, disappear.
Okay. I need one more clarification of ghosting.
Okay, ask me the question.
So if you say, I'm not talking to you anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and then hold that up, is that ghosting?
No, because I already told you.
Because you put the
Ghosting
finale.
is not really. Ghosting is the idea.
Is no finale. It's no conclusion.
Yes, ghosting is you didn't know it was happening and now it's happening and now you have to accept that it's happening.
Okay. No.
Yes, we were saying hello yesterday. We were asking about each other's day, and now tomorrow you don't hear anything.
I've never ghosted.
Shout out to you. I feel like that should have been my day job. I'm serious.
Whoa.
Because sometimes I feel like I allow a lot of people grace, and I'm very vocal about my needs, my wants, and my thoughts. So sometimes it's not about my needs, sometimes it's not about my wants, sometimes it's about my thoughts and how you receive them or respond to them. And then at that point, I've understood that my cup has overfilled, and I need to remove myself from this situation. Now, there's granted sometimes I feel like I've had a lot of cups in situations that I was like, it should have been over a long time ago. But I'm very good to not talk to you ever again. Or not talk to you for a period of time. And especially like, because I get from like being super friendly and wanting to talk to you all the time to I don't want to talk to you at all. I can understand how that can affect people. But I'm really good for just not talking to people. Sometimes I just need my solitude, and sometimes I just need to remove you from my space. And me explaining to you why I need to remove you from my space after I've tried to have countless conversations with you of how I don't think this is conducive for us, for me, or for you, and you don't listen, I don't care anymore to waste any more energy. I'm just going to stop responding. I'm literally going to remove myself from the situation.
Got you.
And that's we was at a party. I went upstairs. I was talking to somebody. I didn't like the way they was talking to me. I did not yell. I did not scream. I did not be belligerent in any type of way. I just removed myself from the situation. And I kept it moving. And that's why I was like, anytime we ever go to a party, if I've ever felt uncomfortable, I just remove. I wouldn't take away from the party. I'm still going to have a good time. Yeah. I'm going to remove myself from the situation.
But you never say like, bye.
I don't need to say bye. I'm done with you, and whatever you feel like you need to get out of, I don't care.
So somebody's still talking to you?
I don't care. I don't care. And at this point in time, once I decided I want to walk from you, it doesn't matter what you say at this point. I'm good. I hope you're good. And if you're not good, hope by the time I walk away and you get whatever you need to get out, you're good, because I'm good.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a ghoster, but don't ever ghost me.
I don't like being ghosted. No. I didn't say that. Yeah, I don't like being ghosted. However...
Ain't no however. Don't fuck.
However, I realized that I've been ghosted before once, for sure that I can tell, and it caught me off guard.
You crazy.
I was like, me?
That had to drive you.
Oh, Greg.
It's always the answers. You was going bonkers.
Greg, I was like, what? What? Do you know who I am?
She said, nah.
I was so sad. But then, like, after, like, my certain attempts, I realized that, like, I'm me. But then, maybe ghosting me was easier than having a conversation. Do I still think he a bitch? Yes. I think that if you didn't want to talk to me, if you didn't want to deal with me, I think that it was easy for you to just explain that to me. Or just say that with a period.
Like Rock.
What do you mean, like talk? What do you mean?
Talk. You say like how Rock raising Kanan. That's how she said it.
Okay, so I've been saying it before.
No, so I guess no. You just got like a Brooklyn accent.
I'm not from Brooklyn, but thank you.
Talk.
I say talk, and I say call. I say yeah, but you know that. You've known that.
I know. Talk.
Wow. Okay. Okay, Greg. I don't even know what I was saying after that. But what about you, Greg?
Yeah, I don't. I've never ghosted.
I have, but go ahead.
I wouldn't mind ghosting.
You don't mind ghosting, but you
being the ghoster.
You don't mind being the ghoster, which I feel like you low key have been.
Nah. Nope.
Because
that's why I asked all my questions.
Because you gave your period.
Yes.
Understood. Okay, you haven't been a ghoster. I have. There might be some people that might be even trying to tap into this video right now to understand why I haven't talked to them. And if you still don't know why I haven't talked to you, then that's probably why we're not talking. That's what it is.
Yo,
if we haven't talked in this amount of time and I just haven't talked to you, you stuck on that right now. Greg, I've been talking like this from.
I know.
That's crazy.
Very.
Okay.
Talk.
I don't like to be ghosted though.
Me either.
I didn't like that feeling shit, because I didn't know that we was not it.
I'm about to be a Ghostbuster.
I like it. I think that might be the topic.
Don't do that.
I think we're gonna be a Ghostbuster because yeah. Yeah.
It's the couch.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Yo, that's. That's crazy. Oh my god, I feel like that when that lady hair wig fell off.
Yo, y'all get wigs, yo.
It's not okay. First of all, this is not a wig.
I didn't say you. Yo, how did you internalize?
I don't know.
That?
I just wanted to make sure. I've been here since. I know when I do wear wigs, I probably wouldn't do that though, because I probably would wear one.
Talk about.
Whatever. Let's go, Greg.
All right. All right. Thank you. If you have made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. And we end every episode with a section called New Dialogue, where we talk about something that we found interesting this week. And yeah. You got something? What you watch? What you read?
Well, obviously, like everyone's talking about the Cat Williams thing, which I just almost bought tickets, which I'm probably still going to try to buy tickets. I told you about that. And they say, I didn't finish it, but I thought it was pretty good just because it was just captivating. But I also like interactions with Cat Williams in general.
He was rubbing his thighs too much for me, yo.
The fact. Wow. So, okay. Okay. I don't think there's a problem with it. Sometimes it's just an idea of just being comfortable in front of a camera. He was in front of the camera for almost 3 hours. Maybe even more because they probably had edits out. You don't like the sensation? I probably would have smoked.
It was just so weird.
You ever been high?
Yeah.
He probably could have been high. Yeah.
I'm not going to do it for 2 hours straight.
3 hours. It was like 2 and some change.
Yeah, it was 2:46.
Yeah. So and you know they did edits, so it was definitely longer than that.
Yo, Shannon Sharp looked like he was about to like lose his shit a couple of times.
I like that. I think that any interview, and I think that any interview that allows someone to be as genuine as they wanted to be in this element. I think that there's a lot of people that have like teams behind them that they are guarded on their thoughts or anything that they should or shouldn't say, and I think that being able to be non-filtered in the spaces that you feel safe in or feel that there wouldn't be anything that'd be misconstrued or taken away from, I like that.
For sure.
I think that's why I always liked him as a comedian because he's always been genuine to who he has been. Even when you think about his movies that he's been in, like I think that's really dope. I don't have any thoughts on how he feel about other people because I think everybody has their opinion.
So, but the thing was, they wasn't opinions.
These are his facts.
But
they are still opinion, and depending on who's receiving that information, because you have people coming back out and saying like, I don't know what you're talking about, or that's not true.
No, but
whatever.
The thing is, people are like posting videos of what he's talking about, or like photos and quotes, and it's like these are not opinions anymore. These are when Ice Cube came out and said that he did in fact write most of Money Mike's lines. He's not lying no more. Like, it's not even an opinion no more. That's a fact. And I think a lot of the things that he was saying was just facts.
Okay, and my thing is that, like, I agree with you, but it's always about the receiver. So we weren't there. We're gonna believe it because of his justifications, how we perceive the conversation, the interview. I don't take away from that at all. But at the same time, for the person that tells you a different story, who are we supposed to argue with them? Nobody was there.
But until there's a video of it.
And even if there is a video of it, they still have their own story. Like, at this point, I just feel like that's with anything, any situation, any circumstances. Like, I'm gonna have my story, you're gonna have your story, and there's gonna be the truth between both of our stories. But at the end of the day, we're always gonna have a perception of how we perceived what happened to us.
Until there's a video.
Still perception. A video doesn't tell you how traumatized I might felt by it. Right? Yes, Greg. But yes, I think that it was just something good to shake the 2024 and kind of let people know that everybody that we think that might be as great as we think they are only because of...
He said, this is a reckoning. The fact that you look.
I'm screaming. What else? I told you about Saltburn. I told you. I just want y'all to just start y'all 2024 on a note where it's just like, it's not about anybody else except what you want. And then after that, your kids. If it's like kids, I'm okay with that. If not kids, then it's like you. But I really feel like if you don't take care of you, how hard can you take care of your kids? But that's how I'm gonna kind of leave this episode. I'm not really gonna go into it. There's just a lot of emotions been going on for me, but that interview with Cat Williams definitely put a lot of things more in perspective of just where we are going in this trajectory of life. When it comes to social media, when it comes to Hollywood, when it comes to just the craft of everything. And I'm just so grateful of podcasting and how we have the outlet to be able to have these conversations, because I feel like before they were so controlled.
You know why all these secrets about Hollywood is coming out now?
Why?
Because Hollywood is the gatekeeper anymore.
Yes, because there's so many access to providing those things. And so it's like that's why I'm kind of grateful for having these platforms, because if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't just for the idea that we had to just focus on TV and radio like we always been, and the counterparts who control that and what we listen to, and now we can have access to all the information that we have.
It is up for Hollywood. It's over. All the secrets coming out.
Tubi is making a win.
Well,
Am I reading anything? No, I haven't been reading.
He said he does not have a special on neither Netflix or Tubi.
Yeah, he's something exaggerating. He said he's supposed to be the entertainer. He don't dance. He don't.
He said, I repeat for the people. He has 4 comedy specials that's not on neither Netflix or Tubi. Somebody tweeted, Netflix need to realize that them and Tubi are on the same level. And I lost it. Because it is true.
I can see that now. But the only difference is that don't do that. It's not giving Tubi a reason to start charging niggas. We're not there yet. We need Tubi to be Tubi.
Oh, yeah,
because once you start putting us on the same level, what, like, Netflix is charges like $14, $15, $13, $12?
For no ads.
Yo, like, I don't want to do that, no. I don't want to do that. So, Tubi, I think that you're great in your lane. Stay there. Stay right there. I like it the way that you are. No one doesn't want to change anything about you. I think that you're great.
Cool.
Anything else?
My new dialogue is just that. So this is the last week of the NFL season. Yo, the NFL has been lazy on all fronts, from refereeing to the media. Like the Pro Bowl players came out, and you could tell the media isn't watching these games because they're choosing names versus like actual impact on the field, like players. And it's like, y'all being lazy this season, and I don't like that shit.
Tell them how you really feel, Greg.
I just did.
How are you in your fantasy football team?
I lost.
I could have told you that.
How? How could you have told me that? Fake ass Cowboys fan.
He's mad because his team is not even really on a roster.
My team's not on a roster? What does that even mean?
You guys suck.
We don't suck.
Yeah.
We're in the playoffs. What are you talking about?
You guys suck.
Okay, I bet you we go just as far as y'all go.
Oh, okay.
We're bet on this? Because y'all going home. Like, bye-bye. Just like how we are. And the thing is...
wait, stop.
We're supposed to go home.
You're saying we know that you're going home.
We know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm not a delusional fan.
But that's different.
I know the Colts.
No, okay.
Where we are. We wasn't supposed to even make the playoffs this year. But we did.
Okay.
Your Cowboys...
We always do.
Always do what? Go to the playoffs and lose?
Yeah, but you guys don't even make it there half the time.
That's not true. Only past two seasons we haven't been in the playoffs.
Oh, shit, Greg.
When the last time you had a Super Bowl?
Doesn't matter.
Super Bowl appearance.
I still got closer to you than you
No,
did.
you didn't. We got a ring.
I can't believe it. That's how you feel. That's what
and not only do we got a ring, we went again.
And didn't make it.
We didn't win.
Yeah.
But we made it.
Oh, okay.
Where did y'all go?
It doesn't matter. We always get there.
What?
We always get there. Stop being a hater, bro. Can we continue this episode so we can end it?
Go ahead. I'm done. New dialogue is over.
So.
That's you.
Oh, we don't have it.
Wow.
Thank you so much for making it
had
this
the
far in
music
this
just playing
episode. I'm just so used to it. Thank you so much for not being with Greg, but being with me. But then you decided to be with us because I'm here. I appreciate you for that. And Happy New Year. If you haven't tapped into our last episode and seeing our new setup, look at us, look at Greg. Yay. Greg, you want to let them know how they could find you and how they can find us?
Follow me on Instagram and X at Greg Nelson26. And follow the pod on X, Instagram, and TikTok at JustAConvo_pod. Subscribe to the YouTube. And every Tuesday, listen to us on all the podcasting platforms.
Not yet, because I'm going to talk to him. We're going to change that. So it's going to be really all of them, but most of them. Okay. Thank you, my amazing individuals, for sticking with us for this long. You could find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at GCarly7, and that's GQARLY and the number 7. And if you forgot today, if someone didn't tell you today, if you need to be reminded today, if you need to punch somebody in the face today, Greg and I want you to know that we want you to go be great.
Group, G-R.
Gigi.